got an alias? You want to use your
I was all thinking about it.
TW?
Right.
What we doing? Tell them the tape over there. Three, three, six. You about to do the link? www. That's it. About to start. Already. Welcome to the Synergy of Life Holistic Health and Wellness Radio Show on Who Has the Power Network. Welcome once again. I'm your host, Mikhail Nube.
His co-host Don Blake Jr.
It's time to get it in.
Yeah.
We're gonna have people pissed off tonight
Oh man, why?
because we talking about something known as love. And whenever there's love, you got the opposite of hate.
Right,
You got these haters out here.
right.
So welcome to the show that provides scientific, clinical, moral, and spiritual evidence on how to remove acute, chronic, autoimmune diseases by removing mental and emotional toxic patterns out of our life and being successful at establishing a true sense of health and wellness. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Ultimate Body Gym, the gym that provides special, specific needs for customized personal training. Also, specializing in a unique boot camp sweat fest for adults and children, private and public, small and large classes. You can reach Ultimate Body Gym at the website ultimatebodyfitness1.com. We'd also like to thank our other sponsor. Getting hungry talking about it. Didn't even make it down there today.
Oh, I
To
did.
get my special. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You son of a good, you.
Yeah, that's why I ain't call nobody.
We'd like to thank Pure and Supreme Vegan Cuisine at Fifth Arcade in the heart of downtown Cleveland. Address 530 Euclid Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44115. And the phone number is area code 216-527-4477. Pure Supreme Vegan Cuisine is open from 11 to 4 p.m. from Monday through Fridays, and the fifth arcade in the food court. Make sure you get there. Call in your order early. So I'm telling you right now,
They be busy.
they be packed.
Right.
Food,
They
the
not
food,
playing.
them specials be gone, especially on Wednesday and Thursday.
Right.
All right, it's all organic. It's delicious.
Right.
It's made fresh every morning. And make sure you tell them Mr. Yancey from Who Has the Power Radio Network and Mikhail Nube, Don Blake Jr., a.k.a. DJ, sent you there.
Yep. You can follow us on Twitter, Synergy of Life 07. You can like our Facebook page by going to facebook.com/Synergy of Life. You can call into the show to talk to us with your questions or comments with 914-338-0665. Or if you don't want to do that, you want to give us an email, synergyoflife7@gmail.com. You would chat with us live on Blog Talk Radio by scrolling down to the bottom of the show page and posting your questions or comments. You can find out more about Synergy of Life and other shows that feature on Who Has the Power Radio Network at www.whohasthepowershow.com. We also have a YouTube channel, Synergy of Life, Mikhail Nube, and WHTP Radio Network, which we post videos every week.
Yeah, something like that.
Every 2 weeks. There is one of them. So, yeah.
You know, we like BET. We got Jump It Off after 12.
Right.
You know, you got it bit over time you go on there.
Right. Okay, so I'm very happy. What's your name, sweetie?
My name is Miss T, EC's finest. I'm in the building.
Also, we are on Ustream right now. If you want to look at us live, you can also go into www.ustream.tv to look at us live. And you want to see Mikhail with his hat on?
Hey,
I don't even know.
Look.
I don't got no comeback for that, so I'm just
Look.
going.
I usually wear one of my great hair pieces because, you know, I'm a member of the hair club.
Right.
Not only I'm a member, I'm a friend of the president.
Oh,
So, yeah, I'm not rocking that today, you know. You know, I got some new pieces coming out next week. I got the fall collection coming out on the
Are you
Blu-ray.
serious?
That's right. They ain't ready for that. Yeah, I'm
about to
trying
get
to
the bang
prepare.
and everything.
Hmm
You about to get the bang.
Yeah, the bangs. I got the.
What about that? What about the tail in the back?
I got the blind highlight bangs coming in front.
What about the tail in the back?
You see, man, people ain't seen that since Ice-T
Right.
in New Jack City. So
Right.
somebody got to remind them it's still in full effect.
Right.
Not only just with the light-skinned brothers either.
Right.
So tonight's topic is, what is love?
What is love?
Have you ever been in love?
Mm.
If you know you've been in love, I mean, how do you know? What is it? People are always using this word.
Right.
I love this, I love that. But it's one of the most confused words, one of the
Right.
most slandered words, like Jesus, like caring,
Right.
like marriage,
Vegan, vegetarian.
responsibility.
Right.
You are not the father. You know, all these famous phrases. You know, so, and so on and so on.
Right.
So,
Peace.
yeah, all these things.
Right.
So, why is this subject matter known as love?
A lot of people need to understand.
Why are so many people confused about it? I don't care, all these so-called religious fanatics talking about, oh, love, oh.
Right.
But, yeah, you see them turn around with a hateful tongue and the acts to follow to affirm what hateful words are spoken.
Right.
So, and I have to say this.
Oh, go ahead.
Anytime a people has been taught to hate themselves, has been taught not to hate their true origin from whom they descend from, has been taught to identify with labels that allude to the principles of slavery, has been taught to deny every part of their whole being to try to be, look, and get the approval of another so-called race or nationality people. Don't you dare use the word love out your mouth. You see, so we gonna get into some of that today and next week, because we're not gonna cover this subject matter all tonight.
Yeah, not tonight.
And
Even with Trevor right here.
all right.
No, I don't think so.
So let's establish some ground rules first for the listeners out there. Now, this is the show where we say what you can't say. So,
What you want to say?
hey, you could, hey, I'm gonna give you 60 seconds to change the station now. Like, you don't want to hear the truth, this is not the place to be for you. Okay. So, but if you trying to get the courage to hear the truth, go on, stick around for a while.
Right.
Now, I love that remake that Mariah Carey made. I Want to Know What Love Is. I Want You to Show Me. See, that's humble. That's humility right there.
Right.
A woman once told me, she said, Mikael, I don't know how to love you. Can you please show me? I was like, sure. But you know what? She didn't make it.
She didn't make the probation period. Oh,
She didn't make it.
She didn't make the probation period, man.
You know, because the opposite is running through her veins. This anger, this unresolved resentment. You know, so, and just
She didn't know how to take you.
just her own self-hatred, you know, that's been handed down to her and many of our people for 7 generations. Let me translate that in mathematics. 200 plus 10 years, 210 years plus. So, so now, here it is, and I'm gonna even say this from religious organizations' point of view, starting, of course, with the traditional church here in America, being that United States is really modern day Rome. And for those who haven't been aware, even the architecture of the churches is Roman architecture, of the big ones anyway, not the ones that Larry Fishburne was talking about, Boys of the Hood. It's a church next to every corner next to a liquor store. Not those. All right, so
They making
now here in America, from whom we was taught to be known as Jesus, some say Yahshua. Say Yahshua. When you get into translation to Hebrew and other languages of Northwest Africa, it is taught that Jesus is love made manifest so men could comprehend. This love had to come to manifest. And the forerunner is John, which is purity made manifest so men could comprehend and know how to truly wash, which is the true baptism, which is really the cleansing of the soul. So I'm just using this metaphorically speaking because in a lot of ways it's what it is. Before we can get into what love is, we must understand what purity is. All right? Because purity is the forerunner of love. You cannot embrace and become love without purity first. And this is what's happening here in this toxic society. And what I mean is this. We say, oh, I love you. But what people call love here in this toxic society, they really just picking the lesser evil that they had in their life. They haven't really learned what true love is. Let me give you an example. What do you mean by that, Mikael? Where you going with this? What you want now? All right. I think this the one. He different from the other ones. And what you mean by different is you only get hit once a year versus once a day. All right. He's not that bad as the other ones. It's always he's not or she's not that bad. But they're still bad on the scene. So that's not what love is. How can I know what love is if I've never been taught what love is? From something, some type of model. It don't necessarily, a lot of things not going to come from our legal appointed guardians. Unfortunately, that has been the case. So there always can be lessons gained outside of the unfortunate dysfunctional households many of us have come up in. So, and since I brought up that word dysfunctional, if you're trying to be functional in a dysfunctional lifestyle, you do not know what love is. Started with self-love. Love is a divine principle. It is not an emotional mood swing that comes and goes when you feel like being what you think love is. Okay? Love is an infinite action that does not change or pass away. It always was, is, and evermore should be. Love. So how can a worldly mind comprehend something that's spiritual without humility and submitting itself to the lessons of it? No finite mind could comprehend things infinite. All right, so you cannot measure love with time because the things concerning self with time has a beginning and an end, but not love, which is spiritual principle once again. And out of this divine principle known as love come truth. And out of that divine principle spawns peace. And peace establishes and produces freedom. And when these four principles, love, truth, peace, and freedom is violated, justice must now take its course. So you have love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, these five divine principles. And these are actually the principles of your ancient forefathers. I'm talking to all of those who call themselves African American, who call themselves or identify with the labels black, color, or Negro. According to your divine principles and creeds of your forefathers, you cannot be these labels because these labels itself goes against what love is. Yo, we got another Synergy of Life associate member in the house. In fact, we got some sisters in the house tonight that had to come hear this subject matter live. They didn't want to hear this over the radio. They wanted to be here. And hopefully, we don't have what's called the so-called angry, mad black woman in the house tonight when we get them on the mic, all right? All right, so we want to definitely hear what the sisters got to say about this, because it's one of the number one complaints to all the brothers. Why they just can't do this? Oh, why they don't understand this? Oh, can't they just see? Oh. All right, brothers, y'all got to get in line. Sisters got to get in line too. Well, what about them? Well, what about them? Because, well, look, I'm not going to be Don King tonight.
Right.
I'm not putting the main event together.
It seemed like you is.
All right.
Now, you ready?
All right. What you take that off?
See.
Look like a singer over there.
Right.
So let some of our studio guests introduce themselves.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, me 1st. Hi, I'm Aletha Kern.
Letha Kern is also the Synergy of Life social media person. She sometimes come in and sit in as a guest host. If some of you remember, she almost took DJ's job.
Hey, man, listen, man.
All right.
Hey,
I think that
was shows ago, man.
That was earlier in August. He's still on probation. That's why she's still around.
I did my time. I got my benefits and everything.
All right. So
Ain't gonna sense.
since you just walked in, sister, I just went over, establishing that before we can understand and have love overtake us and manifest in our life, the forerunner of love is purity. Mm-hmm. That's why when people attempt to call themselves having a loving association or relationship, they ain't got rid of that out their life that's unresolved before they try to attempt to have a relationship because there was no purity. Mm-hmm. So you've been to some of my workshops about holistic health. Now we're going to get into where I talk about the cleansing of ourselves on a moral level, on a spiritual level. We detoxing mentally and emotionally. These negative patterns that's not only destructive on the cellular and DNA level, but on a moral level, it's destructive. You know, we think of detox and just popping a pill, taking some drink, putting some lemon in some water, putting some teaspoons of sea salt, and things like that.
And prayer.
And what?
Prayer.
Yeah, see, we're going to have to teach about that because people think prayer is asking God to give me this or give me that. Like God is an ATM machine.
Right.
And we was made to serve the Most High. The Most High was made to serve us. So we got that all twisted up. And we only, just like Mike Epps said in his stand-up, he said, boy, we always call on God when we get in trouble. As soon as we get out of trouble, we back in the club talking about getting the A-Rap buddy. Y'all see that? You know, so we, our whole, because we don't understand what the Most High is, we can't understand what love is. Look at our lives. Look at how our people acting. We the living proof we don't know what love is. We don't know. Don't know. We got to get into this purity first. We got to purify ourselves, like NDRE say. What's that song? He purifies me. In the river of Jordan. Y'all hip to that song?
Yeah.
See, we hear it. The sisters bumping it, then turn around, go back down the way with Leroy, who ain't no good. So, just before we go to our break, I just want to hear y'all brief statement on what have you bear witness to in life? What's been what was your first response, no matter how old you were in life, whether it was a while ago or recent, when you bear witness to what love is not? How did that impact your life? When you thought something was love, even if it was a first cousin, whoever it was, and you say, this ain't love, this don't feel good. Like, tell us a little bit about that. This is the Keep It Real show. Let the folks know. Teach them.
Well, first, bearing witness to it, I would have to say that at some points you kind of start to distance yourself if you see someone doing you wrong. That's what you're supposed to do. That should be the reaction. A lot of times we kind of still put up with some of the stuff we shouldn't. So, but I would have to say my first reaction would have to be to kind of distance myself from a person that that is showing me something that isn't really love.
Let me ask you this. Like, have you experienced that, like, currently?
Currently?
You know, DJ, I'll tell you right now.
I'm on all the dirt.
Boy, if you got somebody go home to the night, do not let them ask you nothing.
I mean, well, we said from any perspective, whether it's friends, family, whatever. So, I would have to say, yeah, I have. Where, friends, they kind of, want to make themselves really seem as if they're friends and they are genuinely in your life for certain reasons when in actuality they have motives. So I've experienced that recently.
So this is a question for all of y'all. And when have all y'all been betrayed before?
Yes.
After loving somebody?
Yes.
All right, so did you feel like you could still keep on loving people in general, or you felt like, I can't do this no more?
You got me.
You gonna answer this question first, Mr. Phil Donahue.
What's the question again?
The question is, before we get deep into this, and we gonna go to our first commercial song.
Hold on, let me see.
Have you been betrayed?
Come on, commercial.
And when you have been betrayed, ain't no if.
Right.
You live in this type of society. You have been through it. When you been betrayed before and trust somebody with your love, and when they did it, and when it traumatized you in any kind of way, did you feel like you could keep on loving in general?
No.
You couldn't. What's the first thing that came to mind?
Well,
What you was feeling?
just kind of like betrayal comes with anger, kind of
But
like
could you feel like you would keep on loving people after that?
right.
You did?
Mm.
All right, all right.
No, I'm dead serious.
No.
I'm dead serious.
All right, all right.
But you know, love changed though.
Mhm.
I would say that.
What,
Love
what you mean change for us? What, that person?
yeah, towards that person.
Why?
Because that person betrayed you. So of course the trust is gone now. So you feel a certain kind of way with that particular person.
Well, do that mean that love change, or you just know don't deal with that person in a certain way no more?
I won't deal with that person in a certain way.
Because
No more.
love really don't change.
All right, come on,
It's a-
commercial.
you
Come on,
see-
commercial. Commercial.
Give that bite to the sister over there.
All right. Well, I got more to say, but,
Well,
I'm gonna give it to her.
yeah, give it
Give it to Miss
give-
Treva right here.
Give it to East Cleveland Fighters over here.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. Before we go into that, we gonna take our break first, and we gonna get into this, and we'll turn it up. We gonna dig in deep with this. I'm gonna hit y'all with some wisdom tonight. All right. Once again, I'm your host, Mikhail Nubay.
Co-host Down Blade Jr.
Aletha Kern.
And Miss T.
Get back at us on the Synergy of Life Holistic Health and Wellness Radio Show. We talking about, have you ever been in love before? And if so, how you know? Let's go. Can you hand me that small bottle of water, please? Yeah.
Althea, I'm Treva.
Aletha.
Oh, Aletha.
What's your name
Nice
again?
to meet you. Tree.
Nice to meet you.
Aletha.
Nah, you'll be a certain kind of way when you betray.
Right.
But that won't be what this is with me. It would be towards like say if me and you was dating and you betrayed me. Now I wouldn't take that towards her if I was
Right.
seeing her. But I will take the lessons that I learned from you, and I will learn from it. So I'll make sure that will never happen again. So if you
see
any type of
Right.
I'm like,
Would you do this?
no, that would be a case right there. Like, that would be a for real case.
That whole thing. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, wow. My goodness. Can you pull up, is Nord Star one of your friend?
Yeah.
Post her one of the link, any other show links. Yeah, so she can just go to it. And,
Oh, well, she having a hard time trying to get fun.
oh, you texted to it.
I was trying to text it to her
Oh, yeah.
when I was on your phone. And you know we on Ustream, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So you gonna put that in there too?
Yeah.
But it's all under the post already. All she gotta do is click it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't want to mess nothing up on
That's
there.
how you do it on here.
Oh, you want to do it on there? We back? Oh,
You need to scroll down till you see that's on the radio.
that's it right here.
You want me
No,
to
no.
from?
You know what? Yeah, she got it.
Yeah, right here.
I wasn't even thinking about that. But is it on there though? She can. Oh, she got to just hit that then. Huh?
Nothing ain't doing nothing.
All right. Yeah. Scroll down till you see our picture. I mean, till you see us in the studio, in the share. You can speed down a
What is
little
it?
bit. You gonna see it. You gonna
Like
see
the
us.
post with y'all?
Yeah, with us in the radio.
Thanks, Miss Mary.
Thank you so
I
much.
was for you. It was. I was. Hold on, man. Because I was like a hot dog at the 7-Eleven in that thing.
Right there. Yeah, any one of them.
You want to share?
Yeah. Her name is her
N-O.
hit
I-N-E.
well, I wonder why it ain't popping up.
Why?
Oh, because she ain't put friend.
Oh.
She should pop up when you type it.
Yeah, there you go, right there. The one right there.
Y'all remember this song?
I remember this.
Huh?
Y'all remember this song?
Yeah.
This Jermaine Jackson.
Jermaine Jackson.
This Jermaine Jackson.
Yeah. One of his best ones.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I would get his whole album just for this song. I would get his album just for this song.
All right.
Right.
Welcome back to the Synergy of Life Holistic Health and Wellness Radio Show. I'm your host, Mikhail Nube, the holistic sex symbol.
The co-host Don Blake Jr.
Aletha Kern.
And Miss T.
Yo, we up in the house tonight talking about what is love. Have you ever been in love?
With the
And if
beautiful
you-
ladies.
And if you have, and what happened? We want to know.
All right.
Call us at, give them the number, brother.
914-338-0665.
Teach us something.
Right.
Let me
Something
know.
that we don't know.
Let me know I'm not on point.
Right.
You know, so now, just before we go on the break, I asked a question. By the way, that was an old hit classic by Jermaine Jackson.
Yup.
How can you do what you did to me? Man, love was so good, it filled up all my needs.
Man.
I was crazy for you. You was crazy for me. The video was cold.
Video was.
Oh, you gotta see
What
the video.
was it great? Cinematography?
Oh yeah, good cinematography. hey, y'all go on YouTube, watch that "Do What You Do" video by Jermaine Jackson. Oh man,
So yeah, we in the building with the two of the most lovely ladies. Go ahead. What's your situation?
so the question was before break is
Oh, you forgot the question.
Yeah.
when
Made no sense.
what happened? What was you feeling when you was when your love was betrayed for somebody? When they just smashed on you, urinate on you, bowel movement on you,
Damn.
stomped on you,
Damn.
bit you.
Hold on, big.
Pull your ear, pull the stub out your nose, ear ring out your nose. When they did all that, when they twisted,
Man, I thought this was a family show. Like you over there.
when they told you shoe program, when they did all that to you,
And slap you
yeah,
and said, "Let's make love afterwards."
yeah, like baby, like Jody, Jody, I'm tired of you, Jody. Tell us your experience.
Yeah, give me
Teach
some of the dirt. Give me some of the dirt. That's 2 hours, so we're gonna get something out of you.
I think what I be thinking about when I hear you say that is my first experiences with so-called friends or boyfriends. It be real young, so when we on the phone, we be talking. It be all good. We be talking like really like stuff we want to hear to each other. But when we get to school the next day, it's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? We
Did-
get in front of a certain group.
Did y'all fall asleep on the phone? Holding the phone?
Man,
breathing?
fall asleep.
See, that's
You
when
say
feel-
bye, no, I'll say
All
bye.
right,
You know?
You hang up, no.
Yo, you hang up.
no, boo, you go.
I'm a type of person. I will say something. She glad to you hang up. No, you go ahead.
Right. Exactly. It be all that good stuff,
You
but
about to
the
waste my
next day.
Just anytime.
Yeah. So before I felt anger when that stuff happened, I was shocked. You know what I'm saying? To be like, for real?
Right.
You know, and then after that, you learn to adapt. You learn how to not show your feelings the next
That's
day. You know what I'm saying? You learn how to hide. And that's what I learned.
Now, could that be internalizing?
For sure. Most definitely.
So
So why would you internalize if, I mean, of course that's like a learning lesson, right?
but you know what? I'm about to answer that question
All right.
because for 7 generations here, for especially our people here in America, we've been taught we haven't been taught what love is. All right, and a lot of us today, our generation, their generation, has a lot of hand-me-down toxic mental emotional patterns. You see, so, and a lot of us coming up, we in the clear to be open to what true love is, but here comes somebody hating, they want you in misery with them.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of us don't get a chance to learn what true love is from our immediate dysfunctional household.
Yeah.
We got to hear their stories. How many people is discouraged from getting married, from watching other people go through negative stuff, when they haven't really bear witness to true holy covenant between a man and woman, known as husband and wife? And they going by the model of two fools
Right.
who despise instruction and wisdom and lack understanding. You see, so now, since everybody said what they said, that brings me to the next subject matter before I start knocking people to the head with this subject matter. What's up with this phrase, it's a thin line between love and hate?
Okay.
That is politically incorrect, morally incorrect, socially, how can it, I mean, what's y'all take on that before I drop the jewels on that? No, go ahead. I mean, say whatever most frequent made statements y'all hear coming up. A thin line between love and hate. Even the Martin Lawrence movie for me. What y'all think that means? A thin line between love and hate.
Well, I think people tend to give up easily, and so if you're in something loving and something happens where
Turn
you're not-
evil on all of a sudden.
Mhm. And so
But where did love go? Why do we get evil when evil is done to us?
right.
See what I'm saying? That's
Right.
like, see what I'm saying?
Damn, that's a good question.
What? It's a thin line, see, because love. Let me tell you like this. I want you to read something for me with your beautiful voice.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
That one.
You know what? Oh, you know what? It is this. No. You
Okay,
know what?
funny man.
That DJ.
That one?
No. All right. Anyway, when he get back, I'm gonna have him pull it up.
Okay.
But is it truly a thin line between love and hate? See, love is like a reinforcing steel wall. It's a divine principle. In fact, if it was not for the exercise for mercy and forgiveness, which is various components of love, everybody be dead. I'll tell you right now, I'll be a serial killer. Because if I'm going to be wanted, I'm going to get everybody on the list I done spared at one point in time. Now, I want you to pull up that chapter in Corinthians.
Right there.
No, that's not it.
That's not it.
Not that one, the first one. Hey, we got Jesse Jess from Synergy Life 3 and Martial Arts up in the house. And
Hello, everybody.
our co-host DJ, he about to pull up a chapter from the biblical scriptures. Oh, why Mikael? Why you gotta get all biblical on this? Why?
Everybody
why,
else do.
Why? And you know, this, hey, I'm just, it's something beautiful in there. It's reinforcing what we talking about. But then y'all want to have after food about Black Jesus show. So what y'all tripping on? What I got to say out the scriptures? You see what I'm saying?
Each one.
Nah, like I was saying, what we talking about, Jesse Jess, why is it a thin line between love and hate? Is it truly a thin line between love and hate? Because if we can switch from love to hate that quick, that's a spiritual lesson really called inconstancy. When one moment you love, the next you hate. One moment if you will it, the next moment if you will it not. In the next instant of a moment, you know if not whether you will it or will it not. All right. So, all right, here we go. This Corinthian, can you read that, sister? And when you say it with your radio voice.
No, you gotta say it safe. You gotta say love is patient, baby.
This is the
Love is-
Bible we talking about here. Hold on.
That's not book.
That's in the Bible.
That's not. So you can't be sexy and read the Bible at the same time. No. You can't be sexy.
Hey, I'm gonna
See
tell
the
you what
pastors
Steve
over
Harvey.
there, like-
I'm gonna tell you what Steve Harvey said this stand up when he performed in front of a big mega church. He said, if he said if something was wrong with being sexy, how did all y'all little Christians get here?
That's true.
What you gotta say, Miss Collins?
Not
So can I say anything with my sexy
Give it a
voice?
bite, man. Give it a bite.
Okay. Love is patient. Love is kind.
That sound like virtues to me.
It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others.
That's right.
It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered.
Mm.
It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres.
Always.
Always.
So does that eliminate this phrase? It's a thin line between love and hate.
Yes, it does.
Can I do my pass out?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, wow.
That sounds sexy to me.
The words, yeah, the words.
So
That sounds real sexy.
it said always. Now you always hear me say love is a divine principle that don't change or pass away. And real talk, who displayed that in history? Gandhi, Martin Luther King. You know what? Let me tell you something. At first, I wasn't known that King demonstration let people hit you with the hose and but not too long ago, I'm gonna tell you how I heard it in a different way. And actually, KRS One of the greatest MCs to rock the mic, said something made me look at Dr. King and with that particular demonstration different. He said he knew the system they was dealing with in this time era was corrupt, but and for order him to prove that, he had to sacrifice himself like that. So when I looked at it like that, I said, okay. But you ain't got to go through that still to see something corrupt.
Right.
You know, so, but anyway, he demonstrated what the sister just read. Right there. No matter how much hate and evil people was killed, babies burnt. You know, when the Jim Crow laws was in effect, they had a law called reckless eyeballing. Y'all ever heard of that?
Yeah.
If you ain't heard of it, listeners, people in the studio, it was a law passed through legislation that the so-called black colored Negro man could not eye another European woman. Or you was charged with reckless eyeballing, and you can be publicly lynched and hung. In the 1960s and early 70s, that wasn't that long ago. A lot of us, if we wasn't born at that time, we got older brothers and sisters and our parents, right there.
So that's people. Remember
So you gotta remember, yo, coming out of dysfunctional households, look at what they was born into.
Remember Emmett Till?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
A lot of people got parents from the 50s and 70s who had to bow down to all that, that submitted to evil doing, suppressed that, internalized that. Not to mention, 1960 was the dawn of the area of genetic modified foods, and you start getting all this evil into you one way or another, even in the food you eat. It's like the last 2 weeks I've been talking about the dietary laws. The book of Proverbs, it say better to eat dinner where there's love. We're talking about with herbs than an ox where within there's hate, which is the cow. So between the food you eating, we've been taught to eat in America, and the lifestyle we've been subjected to, oppressed with, you should be hating. You should be angry. You should be saying, y'all fill in the blanks. Something ain't. These books, hey, you shouldn't want to trust nobody.
We got some new sound effects around.
You see. Now, one more time before I take this to the next level. Read that one more time. One more time.
The whole thing?
The whole thing.
All right.
This is to prove that This is now all you church going folks out there. I said this. I'm gonna hold you accountable for everything you claim yourself to be, and I'm gonna hit the people up in the mosque and the synagogue. Whoever used the Bible, I don't care what's your nationality, what part of the earth you on. Don't you tell me you love, then the next moment you hate, and you just sitting right there. You walking around with this every Saturday morning, knocking on people's doors, but yet you're not living this. Go ahead, hit them with that.
Okay. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres.
Always. There is no thin line between love and hate. Once again, that's called inconstancy. Inconstancy means to be inconsistent, to be unfirm, to be Jekyll and Hyde, to be up, down, in and out. What can suppress the tendencies but the firmness of mind? Be thou incapable of change of which that is right, and men can rely upon thee. So you back and forth, I can't keep trusting you. Establish unto thyself principles of action, and see that thou ever act according to them. The inconstant has no peace in his soul, neither can be at ease who he concern himself with. That's why no matter who we attempt to be with, we bring it with the garbage with us. We can't love nobody. We ain't gonna let nobody love us. It's like Stinkmeyer on the Boondocks. Just hate everybody. Y'all hip to that character, the blind old man with the stick? You seen the Boondocks before?
I have.
The first season, the blind old man, the one Grandpa
I can't
fought.
remember.
Oh, okay. You want to see hate? Go in there and watch what they call the Negro moment. You know, they ain't what how I wanted to say it, but all right. But
I have a question.
All right,
So
go
do
ahead.
you think it's truly possible for humans or people to really, truly live all of this, everything in 1 Corinthians about love out perfectly? Do you think it's possible for us to live that out perfectly?
of course, there's people that do, and let me tell you who do it. You said a key word. You said humans.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing human about us is the body.
Mm-hmm.
We have a body, but we are not the body. We spiritual beings having a human experience, and we have lost our spiritual identity of ourselves. It's a spiritual lesson called the breath of heaven. It says, vaunt not thy body because it first was formed. Vaunt means to boast or brag, like it said in there. It says, nor thy brain, because therein thy soul resideth. It says, is not the master of the house more honorable than his walls? The master of the house is the God within us. And see, we forget about who we truly are because of this flesh, this carnal worldly part of us. And it's not in thy flesh to think. It's not in thy bones to reason. Something informs thy clay higher than what thou sees. You see, so when we all caught up in different emotions, negative emotions that cause us to do foolish things, and we hinder ourselves, burden ourselves socially, domestically, legally, economically from foolish decisions. That's why I say in Proverbs, fools despise instructions and wisdom. Yeah. So the five, how you learn good and bad habits is through your five senses.
Absolutely.
So, but you have another set of senses that's not physical. So when you say, can people live this, they do it all the time in the East because that society is structured
They're
around
aware.
these principles.
Right.
You
That's their
familiar?
foundation.
You familiar with the Dalai Lama?
A little bit.
Y'all
Right.
go on Netflix and watch how this man is loved even by people here. See, let me tell you, this is very common. Somebody who has a loving nature and that's on this path, what's the first thing somebody in the Western world might say? Where you from?
Right, exactly. Where they
Where
do
you-
that
where-
at?
where-
Not over here.
What food don't smoke weed? What food don't, what love? We just talk that. We ain't really about that.
Absolutely.
Where you from? Oh, you a square. That's what they say when I was coming up.
Right.
But when you say square,
Lame.
that's a compliment. Because square represent foundation. Everything with four corners is built on a square or foundation.
You know what?
The
I'm about to
stability.
say that.
So when you call me a square, I'm like, all right,
Right.
I'm sexy.
Right.
You know, so they really but they say it with hate and bitter. Like, we can't have no fun. Destroying yourself is
Right.
fun.
We gotta put a mask over her bull crap.
Yeah.
Right.
Foundation just going.
So, but once again, this is why people be hearing me say this, but they say, wait a minute, Mikhail, what he say, me? Oh, I see what he's saying. Because we in this toxic Western world society. That's what we cannot embrace love until we purify ourselves of this Western world lifestyle, which is contrary to the nature of God and the oneness of the universe. Go ahead, what you want to say.
I'm just saying that like repetition, everything that we take in through our senses, stuff we see, stuff we eat, you know, all that stuff, it adds up, and then that toxic buildup, you can't. It's almost impossible to even go beyond the senses. You know, when you got all that stuff going on, distractions, like now, you know.
You got other people that's on the same page as they are, so they supporting that bull crap.
Right.
You all right?
Now, I'll tell you what, I'm patient. I'm all those characteristics.
Is you throwing your waiver out again?
No, I'm telling you. If I was not that, I'm telling y'all, I said this publicly many times, I'd be a serial killer. Now, I told you, asked me on the last show when the sister was here, you said, we was talking about fear and releasing karma in our past relationship. I don't know how we got on it. You said, is there anything you fear? What did I say? I said, it's nothing I fear.
Right.
Yeah, I said, that's really toxic language we need to get out.
Right.
Get out. But I said from the perspective you was asking me, I said at one time, I fear what I do to somebody.
Right.
For them, you
Right.
see.
So they say,
Yeah. Because
Mikhail on
and-
Snap.
right, so
No.
and
On
people
First 48?
and people want to
I
see
gotta
me.
see this.
People want to see me do that. They want me. They don't want me to be that. They want to see me. See, he ain't all that.
About your hookup.
He ain't. He. Yeah. So, cause I'm gonna
He
tell
ain't
you.
holistic.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Yeah. Right. He ain't the
My
success.
cancer came back.
Right. You can't. That's why this is a divine appointment to felicitate healing. You gotta remain in that neutral point known as stillness. You gotta remain in stillness. So
What they call poker face.
called what face?
Poker face.
Oh yeah, that just hey, you can have your poker face, don't be nothing.
No, it doesn't. Because I have one at work sometimes, and it's like you house in all of that stuff. It's like you just house it all
that's
in.
called don't let them see you sweat.
Right.
That's all.
Right.
No,
So I
but,
do that all the time. With the poker face.
but you know what?
Right, but you still feel it
Right.
internally.
Like
Yeah,
something
to-
wrong with Blake. I don't know what's going on. Go ahead.
Back to the question you asked, can people live what she read in Corinthians? Now, listen, we got people here in America, in the traditional churches, that's on every other block next to a liquor store, like Larry Fishburne said on Boys in the Hood.
Right.
Message, but anyway,
You know they turned to
now you got,
Go ahead.
people don't understand what Buddhism is, Hinduism. People that live that. You can spit in their face, and they will keep walking just like this.
Like,
Unless harm come to them, then you go see some kung fu action.
right.
But
And my
let
phone will be
somebody who would sit here and force you into the church every week, like Steve Harvey say, Wednesday, Monday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and they step on their new Jordans.
Yeah.
Oh, they gonna lose their mind.
Oh,
This was $138.
Hey,
That's a good point.
let them touch their weed.
If they pass out, but don't touch my hair. Don't touch my hair. I'll wake up on that one.
Mess with their blunts.
You know what? That's why. Never mind.
Mess with their cigarettes.
There was a situation where
And
somebody did that.
you gonna see the opposite of
Yeah.
this.
I was
But I'm safe.
That's very true.
You see,
I was,
see,
yeah.
come on, man. All right. Anyway,
Go ahead, back to the show.
so
I guess.
we just established that this phrase thin line between love and hate. You know, you want to get rid of that. That's toxic too. Get that out your vocabulary. What's the 2 reasons? You be quiet because we went over this.
Who, you talking about me?
Yeah.
Why you want me to be quiet?
Because I want them to exercise the workshop of their minds.
All right.
All right. What's the 2 reasons? It's only 2 reasons it's only 2 things in this whole entire universe carnal men on this planet Earth pray for. And these same 2 things that people pray for, well, I won't say real prayer, that they demand what they think God is to give them. And these the same 2 things people go to jail for. What are they?
Can I please answer?
No.
I say one, money.
All right. Or some type of material attainment.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Probably love.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you because I love you.
Right. So the same 2 reasons why we go to jail, we ask God to give us them same 2 reasons to go to jail for. We go to jail for over a material to try to get some material, some of value, or a crime of passion. And like she said, in the name of love. I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to kill you.
I love you so much. I'm going to kill you. Then I'm going to drive myself into the lake. I'm going to kill our baby, too.
Right.
All right, so we
We'll
going
never
to
be offspring like this.
All right.
Right.
All right. We gonna turn it up more when we come back from our break. Once again, I'm your host, Mick Howell Newbay.
Don Blake Jr.
It's Aletha Kern.
Jesse Jess.
And Miss T.
Yo, we deep rolling up in the studio with Mr. Yanzi at Who Has the Power Radio Network. Get back at us on Holistic Health, a wellness radio show known as Synergy of Life.
And with these 2 security guards.
Can I bring one of them chairs in here from out of there?
Go ahead, sit in there. You know, my dialysis machine was missing, so I just had to move something to get my breath. The Lord Savior Jesus Christ said, hey, heal me from a glaucoma because I was smoking weed for 2 years. My left eye was kind of like weary, so I just had to do something.
It was weary.
It was like,
It was weary.
It was like this. I was up there talking to Pastor Roy. He was a gang member. He was a gang member in Arkansas, so I just had to. Call it the strokes. They call it the stroke. The heat strokes. So what had happened was, I remember back in '49 that, you know, back in '49 when we all used to have
Old stories.
yeah,
Right.
old stories. I was in the alley and it was a whole bunch of dudes and women and the dude and the woman was fighting and the dude shot off the girl's pinky toe. So I just like, man. Yeah, I think his name was Quick or Fast or something like that. I don't know what was it. I'm just, it was kind of like hilarious looking at it. You see, back then, you know, the boys could buy cigarettes at the time, so you know they was like 12, and I give them a little dollar when I, you know, cigarettes back then.
Right.
It was like $1.02, you know. And my bills was like $4, so I'm just wanting to let you know that you know, hey, everybody was paid. So I'm just saying.
Everybody was paying.
So yeah, so I remember one time, yeah, I remember I had, you know, me and this dude named Quick, we went to the thing, and we went to the movie, we went to go see Frankenstein, so yeah, so Frankenstein,
When
yeah.
did Frankenstein come out?
Go back on 1940.
A long time ago.
There's so many different versions.
I know, the original one.
And King Kong was horrible, because I looked at that, I was like, that's a horror, that's a real thing right there. And I look at King Kong back then, right now, and I was like, that down, got nothing to do back then. Where my dialysis machine at? Your oxygen, tell my oxygen mask. They told me to live with the disease, so.
We be alright, maybe.
DJ, hand me that power pack out of that book.
We ain't never had power packs. We ain't had
Got
an
our
outlet.
phones.
We ain't had an outlet. We had a candle. That was our power. How you get your nice photo, man? You just didn't get a candle. Oh, where your power pack at?
It's in here. You've had it. You got it from her house, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, it's in the car
Yeah, it
then.
gotta be in the car.
Well, that cord in there.
Right here.
USB cord. Yeah.
Right here. Yeah. But you gotta set it a certain way. You gotta set it a certain way.
No, it worked. But if I want to like get stuff off my phone, then I gotta mess with it. Play one of them other songs, brother. About to come back. No, he good. He got enough.
I've never been.
Yeah.
I've never been. I've never been.
Playing Mary J. I never been touched like this. I never been kissed like. You heard that?
I don't think so.
That's on the Brown Sugar soundtrack. It's on her No More Drama album.
Let me hear.
Let's wait till the chorus is about to come in.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm ready.
The media.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Mikhail Dubé, the holistic success symbol.
Co-host Don Blake Jr.
Aletha Kern.
Jesse J.
Miss T.
Yo, we in the house, we deep.
With the 2 security guards.
Yeah. We talking about what is love. That's Mary J. OJ. I said OJ.
Oh, man.
Hey,
We're going to a commercial. He just messed up on the song.
I'm from the south, east, north, and west, brother. All right, so you're going to hear that accent come out sometimes. I'm far east on y'all, for real talk. But it's an old joint from the movie soundtrack, Brown Sugar.
Yeah.
And if y'all, I can't say her name for nothing.
Salon Lathan.
Salon Lathan.
Salon.
Say her name.
Salon.
Salon. See, you said Salon at first.
Hold on, who? Is it Salon? Sanaa. I said it right. Sanaa.
Sanaa Lathan.
Sanaa Lathan. I said the last name right.
What's the brother's name? What's the brother's name?
Tay Diggs.
Yeah.
Did he say that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
All
Tay
right.
Diggs.
It's about a childhood love that went into their adulthood. Message. So the song, I never been touched like this. I never been kissed like this. We talking about how do you know when you in love? That's what she talking about in this song.
Well, let me ask this.
What's up?
How do y'all know? Have y'all ever been kissed like that?
Well, I don't. See, that's the thing. Like, are people judging love off of kisses these days? I mean, at my age, I'm not. You know, so like, I know, right? But no, for me, it's consistency, a certain level of trust, a certain level of dependability. Like, that's what shows me love.
So we back to what I said in the lesson in constancy where it say, be thou incapable of changing, which that is right. And men can rely upon thee. When you ain't flip-flopping back and forth. You see what I'm saying?
What about you?
I think I'm what they call a sapiosexual.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? Look like, what the heck is that?
I almost fell off the chair.
Like, what she say?
Hey, zoom in on this.
Let me do that.
What's that?
Well, it's basically being turned on by knowledge.
Oh,
I like that.
Hey, how you spell that?
Oh, sure.
Say that again for the listeners.
It's a sapiosexual. I
Mm.
had to research that because I'm like, I don't fit in any of these categories. I just, that ain't it. I don't know.
But real talk, that's the higher self,
Right.
which is human spirit clothed with soul, made in the form of God. That's the higher self breathes justice, mercy, love, and right. That's what you read in Corinthians. The lower self breathes hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, theft, and anything that harms. That's hate. Hatred. I just said it. The lower self breathes hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, theft, anything that harms. So when you say it's a thin line, you say, no, ain't no thin line. You gonna pick what you gonna roll with, and that's what you gonna do. See, a lot of people misunderstand unconditional love. What's y'all take on unconditional love?
I really need you to break that down
All
because
right.
I am still.
All right, I'm about to break it down.
No limits, no
Break it.
No gimmicks.
All right. Now, let me tell you what is not, what we are confused about and why we keep subjecting ourselves to abuse. Unconditional love don't mean keep giving somebody a VIP pass to keep doing you wrong.
Right.
No, that's not love. Unconditional love simply means, and this is an ancient lesson from Egypt, taught by Elihu. For those who don't know who Elihu is, for those who familiar with biblical scriptures, there's 8 characters in the book of Job, and one of them named Elihu. He's the one that say, "Where are you going, Satan?" For those who know that chapter. But Elihu teach that unconditional love simply is to give love and not demand it in return.
Right. No love without expectation.
You know, no deposit, no return. See, when the spiritual laws are given is to receive. So, but when you give with intent, what I'm gonna get out of it,
Right.
so it ain't sincere.
Yeah.
You see, so unconditional love. See, I'm gonna tell you, we kind of talked about this last show. I don't think we did. This is where people get hung up at. They say, "Oh, I want a man, I want a good man, I want a good woman." But I'm gonna stay on the part with the women. "Oh, just send me a man, God." Oh.
I'd do anything to get one.
I don't care if it's somebody else, man. Send me a man.
Oh my God.
All right. Anyway.
They get something.
So when that opportunity come before you, pow. Oh, wait a minute. What happened?
I wasn't ready.
All right.
Right.
And see, why is we so overwhelmed by that? I tell you why. Because we don't understand the laws of attraction. We don't understand the power of our tongues. We don't understand our tongues as an expression of spirit. Even in our darkest hour when we don't even know nothing about that. We still are held by these laws. So we don't understand when this comes, how we gotta get rid of this phrase too good to be true. That's because you have not made truth your ally. It's your enemy. So when the universe is yielding towards you, giving you what you threw into the soil of soul with the seed of thought. And when it come, the harvest, you like,
Hold on, I wasn't ready for
you
it.
asked for this.
That's right.
And we sabotage because we're afraid and live in fear. And then we run right back to Leroy down the way, who ain't no good. You see, so because we don't understand.
The stepping stone, brother.
Then we use this excuse when we stay with wrong people. I'm just loving unconditionally. There ain't no love. This self-abuse, this self-deception. Because the truth should make you what?
Free.
Free from what? Free from self-deception. Free from falsehood. Opposite of freed is bondage, imprisonment. Free from toxic mental, emotional patterns that's killing you. Free from any wrong, harm from doing, starting with yourself, because you your first and worst enemy.
First person to get in your way is you.
So unconditional love go back to what the sister Letha read in Corinthians. That's everything she kept saying. That's always. That's unconditional love. You don't turn evil and lose sight of yourself and how we all supposed to love one another because somebody else acting a fool.
Right.
That's unconditional love onto yourself. When you practice mercy and forgiveness, that's unconditional love. That's for you to not internalize and become the hate that you was afflicted with.
Right.
That's for your self-healing. That's for you to keep maintenance on yourself. If you familiar with Star Wars, you got the master teacher Yoda. He say, fear leads to anger. Anger leads to the dark side. So that's why you hear the phrase, fear nothing but fear itself. Because that's what's going to get you in trouble. False evidence appearing real. F-E-A-R. Did I spell that right?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So now, how do we know when we in love? Like Mary J say, I never felt like this.
Well,
So how can we know? Why is it that I'm gonna like everybody? You got people who come up with some money or hit the number, for example. Well, I ain't used to this money, so I ain't gonna really spend it. We don't do that with money, do we?
No.
A lot of us mess up with money.
Yeah.
right.
So why come when it come to something that's the greatest thing ever, through all the 12 ages of time and beyond the material realm of the universe, why I don't know about this? But we save, right? Huh?
Using words they don't know what it means.
We talking about we save, but we afraid to love.
Right.
And my people who
Because
talk about, and I'm talking about people, I'm talking about all people. I don't care what your nationality is. When you talking about on Sunday or whatever day you talking about you saving and you out here, you not demonstrating. One thing, the root meaning to the word salvation means to save from penalty of sin. So how is it that you save and you afraid to love? That's a bunch of crap. That's why you hear me say on this show, and publicly and privately, you hear me say, healing means you have become whole. In order to become whole, that means you have experienced true enlightenment, which is you come into the self-realization that you're a spiritual being having a human experience. Spiritual do not mean your physical attendance at a church, synagogue, mosque. No. I don't give a darn how many years you've been a member at a church, synagogue, mosque. So what? Because your enlightenment might take place when you on the deathbed at Metro Hospital. Not there. In one of those three places. Your enlightenment might take place when you getting raped and you lost on the side of the road.
Right.
Because you were so hard-headed, you didn't take preventive measures. And how many times this done happened now? Huh? And I can go on with examples. So, why is it so easy to hate? I want to hear this. What y'all say about that? Why people easily hate here in America?
Angry. People are angry.
Yeah.
Huh?
Angry.
I'm going to tell you what Karis once said in this song. He say, and I don't want to sound like I'm beating up on the churches or not, because I'm not. I've done most of my teachings in this place called church. Talking like this. And, but for the fact that the Western world hallmark religion is in this geographical place, I have to say this. So he says that all these churches around the devil still ain't defeated. What we taught the devil to be, which is really your lower self. Because we always trying to say the devil made me do it. Something outside of you make you do all this. You just telling me that you a wimp and what a chump you are. That something can easily just, oh baby,
Just
do
like
it.
that.
Right,
Got
Yeah.
much control of
Yeah.
your mind and the
Yeah,
mind.
but you grown. You control everything.
Right.
That's no different.
See, these is teachings off the plantation. All you gotta do
And
is
when they
watch
say grown,
Armistead.
that's mostly
All you
material
gotta do is
gain.
watch Roots to see where you got this nonsense, foolish teaching from.
Come on.
I said it. Get your YouTubes on. Don't get mad at me, because I'm saying what you can't say. No, darn well you talk about this. Then you go back around your people because you live in fear, worry about what everybody else got to say, and because you vain with them, worry about what a fool got to say on top of that. Quick lesson from the pinnacle of wisdom. Think not with the fool, for nothing is more valuable. Neither believe the pretended wise. People walking around leading other people acting like they at the pinnacle of wisdom.
Right.
But why is America so filled with hate? But they say, brother. Huh?
Legal.
What?
What you say?
It's legal.
It's lawful here.
Oh
It's-
wow.
That's the first.
That's real though.
Yeah,
Because that's because they have the privilege to say that. Huh?
that's right. It's the American way.
That's
Yeah,
right.
It's the American way. Freedom of speech, so-called.
So, you know why hate exists here in America? Because it's absent of love. It's as simple as that. Why is this country is historically leading in premature death from lifestyle and diet? Not world wars, not natural disasters, not airplane crashes, not car crashes, not train wrecks. Food-related diseases and a toxic lifestyle is the leading cause of all deaths globally, historically speaking. 26.1 million people a year of obesity,
Right.
over 40 million a year of all various forms of heart diseases. Huh?
And here they taught to live with it.
And they hate us who choose to eat and live healthy.
Right.
Huh?
Oh, they
Is that love? Is it love you want to attack me because I eat organic fruits and vegetables? Is that love? And it's right there in the book of Genesis, since these people's book, the book of America. It gave you the dietary laws, which we went over the last 2 weeks. It's right there. Genesis chapter 1, verse 29, verse 30 made it clear. It even instructs that the animals eat this. But animal ain't start killing till carnal men showed them how to kill. Because the same, I posted this week a video on Facebook how the lion, which is known as one of the most ferocious beasts in the animal kingdom, was on the side of a road dying from malnutrition. And this lady nursed the lion back to health. This lion is humongous. And the lady went to visit a facility for the lion to continue to get well. This lion, y'all can see it's on the Facebook. This lion pulled her, it looked like it's about to kill her. This big, ferocious beast pulled her to the gate and did just like this.
Oh, that's the part I said.
Wow.
and hugged her.
And showed the utmost respect and gratitude. And look at our people. Look at this foolishness.
Right.
Look at this slave mentality behavior.
Yeah.
This, you know what I want to say. All right. Look at that. If the beast of the field can show gratitude, where is the love? Like we say, where is the love from our people?
Right.
Oh man, come on. Talking about I love you. Sit your tail down somewhere. Quit using these words you don't know what they mean.
Like again, it's easy to hate, but it's hard to love.
Right.
Yeah, why?
Right, why?
But you
Because love
say
That's
Love
how
is
you
work.
naturally are. You come into this world as loving,
Humble.
beings.
Right.
now since she said that, I thought she about to say something about, but it's a lesson, and this spiritual lesson called misery. It teach you about your Lord's self. It says this. Oh man, it says sorrow is the greatest of all human ills. It says too much of this we are born onto already, meaning we come into the world into this hate situation. It says add not onto it with thy own perverseness. Don't add no more to it by you being foolish and you taking on the ways of a carnal man before you. There's so many examples before us we know not to follow. You hear the phrase, you can learn a lot from a dummy. The fool will show you what's the way not to go.
Right.
Don't do that. I know not to do that over there.
Right, right.
But yet we keep following this fool who despises instructions, wisdom, and therefore lack understanding.
Right.
Why? Because we don't love ourselves.
Right.
We don't know what it is.
Right.
So how can we do? We cannot be something we don't know. And the word "know" is the prefix of the word knowledge. Give them the number, brother. People scared to call in the night.
So, then why give them the number if they
Give
scared?
them the number. Give them the number.
914-338-0665.
All right.
But like I was saying, it's easy to hate, but it's hard to love because it's work involved with it.
Because they got to be what they say they are here in
Right.
America. They can't, for real talk, when we went over them dietary laws, that was the truth right there. I mean, them dietary laws alone, we ain't even talking about other virtues we got to live and walk in our life.
Right. That just
That
basically-
set the tone for the human family, how to live, because we eat. When we understand the conditions of what we eat, how before it get to our plate, we eating hatred, we eating depression,
Right.
we eating chronic diseases. You mutating your human DNA with animal DNA. You done genetically modified yourself right then and there, every bite. And you start taking on the emotional distress. These are displaced souls that you
And then have an audacity to say something like, "Oh, well, that's a disorder."
and now you got all this karma you done built up just for engaging in that act. And you wonder why you can't get no loving.
Right.
I'm telling you, I done this winter, my 14th year as a successful holistic practitioner. And I'm telling you right now, sometimes it's the woman, sometimes it's the man. More so females than men, where it's a couple and she wants her household, of course, to get on board. But that brother got so much hate in him. He ain't ready to let go of this hate he eat. He ain't ready to let go of the hate from when the first Run DMC record was made, whatever happened to him back then in the 80s.
Right.
All right, he ain't ready to let go of none of this.
That first chicken dinner.
And now she telling me, I don't think I'm gonna do it now. Oh, you don't think you gonna abide by divine law now? But you want love. See, that ain't love. Vice versa, sometimes be the brother. I know a brother, as a matter of fact, you know this family.
Yeah, I know.
And this brother, yeah, I'm telling it.
Just don't say the name.
No, I ain't gonna say his name.
All right, cool.
And
'Cause I
this
want him to come
brother
to me.
was 6'4", well, he's 6'4", 470 pounds.
All right.
He couldn't go nowhere without a breathing machine. Everywhere, the bathroom, work, bed, couldn't breathe. He was dropping 15 pounds per week when we got started. I got him out. I got him off. I helped him get off the breathing machine tank in 2 weeks. He doing what? He coming to the Tai Chi classes. The brother was so inspired. He started changing minutes, clothes falling off of him.
Right.
The wife hating, and told me at my table, I like this food. All this makes so much sense, but I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't gonna do it. She said that. She said it with the softest voice. I ain't gonna do it. She has a chemical dependency problem.
And then, hey, when he was.
And she part of 3 anonymous groups at one time. And I don't know if you can even do that. You either with one or the other.
Hold on. Repeat that one more time.
I said, and most of these groups don't even allow you to be part of all 3 of them.
They don't?
No.
So you,
It's crazy though, isn't it? Because they all supposed to be, they had the same universal principles. But anyway,
go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you, sometimes I'm like the other woman when I'm helping the brother. Brothers could be over my house learning how to cook for their family, and they want their woman to come. And you know what the woman said. What y'all effing? What you over there that long for? He just been here 30 minutes.
Right.
That's fine.
But that's love.
Right.
These supposed to be a husband and wife, but they have not established a holy covenant. All they did was have a successful wedding ceremony, and that's why it's bogus to say the divorce rate is in the 80%. These people really not married. I don't care about no marriage certificate that's going to expire in 45, 60 days if you don't use it. That's what's going to happen to it. That don't make or break y'all. I'm going to tell you what a lawyer said on Phil Donahue. You know, that was the show of the 80s, the
Right.
talk show.
I say it right.
It was a lawyer came on there. You had lawyers on there, made it clear that once you verbally announce you are done with your mate, y'all are legally divorced.
Wow.
You are legally
Wow.
separated. Now, if you remember the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode
Everybody.
where Ashley was singing and Will and Carlton started managing her, remember they was messing up? So the father stepped back in. So Carlton hit his dad's like, no, told Will. Will was walking in the front room. Will was mad. Like, how you just going to cut us out like that? So Carlton said, well, legally, he made a verbal, he said he made a verbal agreement about you being Ashley manager. So that's legally binding. See? Mm-hmm. All right, so we got another commercial break coming up.
Yeah, this the last.
Once again, we talking about
What is love?
what is love, how you know what it is, have you ever experienced before, and what happened. All right. Once again, I'm your host, Mikhail Nubay.
Don Blake Jr.
Aletha Kern.
Jessica McMichael.
And Miss T.
Get back at us.
Yeah.
Deep conversation.
It's getting deep in here. Getting too deep. Too dang on deep.
Hey.
So that was all the songs, right? I knew there was one more, right? Okay.
Well, let me upload that to the-
You heard something?
I'm just taking it all in.
I like looking out that window.
Mm-hmm. I ain't go over there. I wanted to put it in a
Oh
well.
yeah. Let me make sure I do this one. Dude, like if somebody call in right before a break, can you like tell them? Do you tell them, or do they know? Cause I should have said we're gonna take our call when you come back. They don't even know. They just gotta wait. Oh right.
You know our shop, you know any other show, we gonna go to the car. No, you gonna sit your butt down. You gonna wait.
Yeah, 'cause like, when I called, I would hear y'all talking.
Mhm.
And then we got a caller. Then you would hear like some.
Yeah, but I didn't say that before a break.
No, no, you don't have to do that. Only because they gonna stay there anyway. And I know who it is.
Oh God.
You tell that to anybody.
Oh okay.
You tell that to anybody. Talk about what's love or what's this or what's that. They give you their own perception of what they've been through and what they perceive as love. They don't really go through like really in depth of what love is. They just give you their experience.
But their perception ain't gonna be based on their
That's what I'm
weakness.
saying. That I was like, so how do you know? How do you know what love is? I was like, well, when you do this, no, you speaking on your experiences and what you've been
Exactly.
going through.
Basically all
What is
purpose
love?
Yeah.
That's what I've
But your experiences is more evident what it's not, especially if it ain't favorable. Especially if love ain't pain.
Right.
Your cries and your weeping, your complaints tell you this ain't love. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Right. Like, yeah, and plus, you know when you're in a situation
And the guy just thought I was emotional.
where like this ain't right or
Yeah.
whatever because your body go through a certain motion.
You get sick.
Yeah, your body go through a certain motion.
Or
Yeah.
Yep.
Your
I
body
experienced that for sure. Not that ain't why I'm skinny in that.
Damn,
I was like, I'm not even hungry. Right now.
Exactly.
I meant to tell you last week, and we had practice yesterday. Yep. I was like, damn, I didn't even.
And yesterday, I didn't.
Yeah, I know. You told me. I said I thought about that when we hung up. Yeah, we was getting it in too. We was getting
I was
the
wondering,
love.
like,
I
how
was
the
sweating
fuck
and everything.
is
I was
Yeah.
sweating the place. I swear behind my ear. It's like, you know, word, like,
So still on Wednesday. Sometimes it's earlier in the day. You know, on 195th and by Indian Hills over Rashid House.
But
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's one of the spots.
you back on?
Yeah, he about to come back on. But he about to play a song a little bit. But you still, he ain't gonna be on that long. We gonna still talk about the song.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, don't tell me your experiences. Tell me what is it? Well, I don't know.
We playing the
What
song
is-
about
what
music,
is you looking
soul
for?
child,
How
love.
can you explain to your kids what is this or not?
And see, it's crazy because
That's
songs
what I
like this, I was singing when I was five.
Mm-hmm.
I was singing Secret Garden.
Because I know a lot of people that say that I don't know how to put it in words, but you can pretty much know when you Okay, that's cool. That's understandable.
Man, the lyrics in that song.
How can you know if it's
Something-
love for the
right.
moment or it's love for the lifetime? How can you know?
Did
Exactly.
you ever see somebody you love that it's been cocky? Like it's been like
I
no
mean, it been-
fighting, no calling each other
Well,
out
I'm talking
their
about
name in
us,
some kind of way.
like
I
us.
haven't.
I haven't.
I haven't
And
either.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I
I
haven't.
haven't seen it.
Come
either.
back from we come back.
But I don't.
Don't
I feel like
don't say Facebook call.
That makes love more than what. I don't know.
I mean,
all
people,
that.
people have ups and downs.
Yeah, the
Okay.
ups and downs kind of make you.
The ups and
be
downs.
more
Okay.
invested. Yeah,
Now,
if
this
you
might-
can get through, depending on
The depth of the
Yeah,
ups
of
and
the
downs.
down.
Of the down.
Yeah.
I didn't
You know-
communicate about it, but it's all about
'cause
how
you
you
know-
feel after.
right.
Right.
All right, we about to come back in.
That too.
You will, you hear that?
Mhm.
Sapien, spell that.
SAPIO. Sapio.
Oh, sapien.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Mikhail Nube.
Don Blake Jr.
Aletha Kern.
Jesse Jess.
And Miss T.
We got some synergy going up in the studio.
Yeah.
Sir.
We talking about what is love.
Love.
How you know if you in love? Hey, we trying to keep the radio show, brother. All right.
The other guy.
See, this is why you on probation
loving
right now.
you,
This is why right
wanting
there.
you. I don't even know how to communicate with you.
All right.
I just been like, go ahead.
All right. So that's not love, brother. Put hating on our ears right now.
Hate.
All right. All right. So before we went into break, we was about to get into what we was talking about anyway.
Nope.
Uh,
Answer question. Say forget it.
So where we at right now in this discussion is we claim, all right, well, you know, somebody heard us. He said, well, girl, you gonna stay with him? He done not put nothing out saying, but I love him. Love is not pain.
Right.
Love is not abuse.
Okay.
You know, so when you have stress signals going jumping off the charts,
Right.
and that's another thing. We think love is wrong, and wrong is right. We backwards here in the United States.
Loving you is wrong.
Huh?
Right.
Love you is wrong.
Yeah, right. That's real. Love you is wrong. I don't be right.
Love you right.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
So we back to everything is backwards.
Yeah.
Protein is not from live things. It's from dead things. But that's not protein. That's not the source of protein.
Right.
You know, being saved don't mean I'm because it's something I'm doing in my life. I could do all the dirt in the world and I'm still saved.
Right.
Come on, man. I can't take this no more.
How you gonna go? How you be
Jesus
saved?
Lord, please take the wheel.
Like people get saved and then they go out party.
What does
Right.
saved
Right,
mean?
right.
Like, what does that mean, saved? Like, when people say, oh,
It's-
yeah, I'm saved.
you can't save yourself from your 5 taste buds. You talk about
Right.
saved.
Wow,
Like I'm saved, but I can't stand that dude right there. But yeah, I'm saved.
Right,
Lord Jesus.
Right,
Look,
right, right,
Lucky
right.
I'm saved. You're
Lucky
lucky
I'm
I'm saved.
Right, right.
Jesus.
And telling you at the same time, I still want to snap on you.
Right.
But
I want to cut you, but you lucky I'm saved.
Right, 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 right. Oh, they lucky, or are we lucky
Right.
to practice
No,
mercy,
both of them.
to practice love and forgiveness for our own
Right,
well-being. All right. Anyway, we got a bold caller.
Oh, for real?
Somebody called in.
Oh, snap.
So please, caller, welcome to the Synergy of Life.
Yes.
State your name and your comment or question. Oh, what?
Hold on, Ebony.
Okay. Okay. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Should have known. Okay, what's your statement, sister? I mean, what about my statement? Now, I said how hypocrites act about being saved and turn around and do the total opposite of what it truly means to be saved. Because we cannot be saved in the slave mentality. We cannot be free to save ourselves when we make the truth our enemy instead of our ally. Now, what you have to say about that? Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. So, but we're saying something, not only we don't understand, but our carnal nature is defiant against what being saved is. See, to be saved past tense mean I'm staying in the continuous status of being saved. Oh, all right, let me hit you with this. Boy, I'm glad you came over here because he was knocking me upside the head. But I let him right back in 2 days later. So am I saved from my poor choices? Am I saved from my own weakness? Am I saved from my own inconstancy? Am I saved from my own moral and spiritual defiance? Am I saved? Even in the physical sense, I'm not saved. So how can I be saved on a spiritual level that I don't understand? When I can't even figure out these 5 toes. See, I said 5 toes. That's how confused we be. I'm saying I'm saved, and I mean, my state of mind is creating economical burden, domestic, social, legal, lawful, moral. I mean, I'm screwing up. I'm harmful to myself. But when I'm saying I'm saved, and I'm creating issues here in this present life, so how in the hell I'm saved in what we don't even know about called the afterlife? I can't get it right now. All right, so that's all I was saying on that. Then on top of that, I got the nerve, after all that said and done, I love. See, all that don't go together. That's a big gumbo pot of confusion. All right, so thanks for calling in. And we're going to continue to listen to the show. And thank you.
Well, I don't know how many things we got to say.
All right. Oh, we have another call.
Oh, another call?
All right.
Oh.
We got another bold person.
Oh, snap. Welcome to Synergy of Life.
Welcome to Synergy of Your Life.
State your name and your comment.
You got to go. Oh, Lord. Mm-hmm. Boy, everybody want New Bay to put his business out here. The question to the studio guest is,
Studio game.
I mean, because y'all, I mean, to me, that y'all didn't hear, some of y'all didn't hear.
Okay.
And is that, what is love? How do I know what love is? And am I'm in love currently? All right.
Dun,
All right. All right.
Right.
Uh,
Age ritual.
all right. Let's see. How do I know what love is? I tell you, first of all, love has constantly saved me since we talked on the last call. I talked about being saved. See, when you understand, when I say love has continuously saved me, I could have been went on what's the attention tantrum of wilding out and saying you did me wrong, I'm gonna do you wrong. You know, so everybody for years I always talk about how I've exercised forgiveness and mercy, and how I've spared. By sparing other people, I spared myself. There's so many people I wouldn't have the opportunity to help and made a profound impact in their life if I had not been saved by love. You see, so we call what people call Jesus in America, he is love made manifest. You say he's your savior. He represents love. He's the Prince of Peace and all these other words in divine principles. So people who truly understand the concept and meaning of Jesus, they the only ones who really following that. Or as in the parts of India, Jesus called Krishna, which means Christ, or the Christ consciousness. You see, but we don't know that here in America. We so judgmental, but we save and we love. We don't know that's what Jesus called in India. And certain parts of Japan, he's called the Buddha of enlightenment. Same person. Same person. So, all right, you said what is love? So love is an infinite action that don't change or pass away. That goes continuously and constantly through all the 12 ages of time and beyond. Love is the spiritual life force that sustains all life on all 7 planes of spirit life. So, you said, have I been in love before?
No, are you in
Love.
current?
Oh, no, look at her. She even take notes.
Right.
Do I have to answer that?
I mean, it's up to you. She asked you. Oh, there she go.
Answer it how you want.
Thank you, Keisha.
Yeah, I'm in love. I'm in love. Nah.
Ask him with who?
On the spot.
Message.
Nah. First, I'm gonna tell you how I know. All right. First, I'm gonna hit you with this R. Kelly song. I'm gonna tell you how he played the listeners. He talked about I'm in love the whole song, right? But at the end of the song, it's the whole song. You think he's talking about a woman, but he's talking about the Most High and himself.
Okay.
See, for me to understand love somebody else,
Yeah.
I gotta know how to love myself.
Right.
You see, and all my life and all of our lives, we supposed to make ourselves and create ourselves in the way we want our mate to be.
Okay.
So we can reciprocate love. I can't give you what I don't got give myself,
Right.
but I want a vampire all what you got. You see. Now, besides that, so it starts with myself. Earlier on the show, I talked about purity is the forerunner of love. So I got to constantly keep myself purified so I can keep on loving and keep on receiving love when it's given to me. Because if I'm corrupted with filth, I'm going to lose sight of what love is. I'm not going to love no one. And when we talk about my heart is broken, the etymology meaning of the word heart is the center of all things. That's the soul. The soul unites divinity and matter. The soul governs your will. The actions of the will are thinking, understanding, reasoning, and will. Those are 4 actions of the soul. Now, am I in love with somebody else? Yeah, I'm in love. I'm in love. What about it?
Don't be offensive now.
Right. That's so sweet.
In what kind of way now? Because
It's only one kind.
now, since you want to question New Bay, the holistic set symbol live on the air with listeners from New Orleans, Atlanta, out west, up north. Let's get it in. Love like what? Let's get detail. Oh, they must have.
Oh, she hung up.
Oh, she
You
did?
took too long. You took too long.
Hey,
Oh, she here?
oh,
she
shit.
here.
I gotta use the bathroom. All right. So how love in what way? How, am I in love? Do I love in what kind of way? What way you mean? Oh, okay. Oh. All right. That's good. That's good. That's good. See, for educational purpose, that's a good question. So love is something that you become and manifest throughout your life. You know, I remember I said on the show a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3, I said, how can you, we was talking about making love, right? You hear that phrase.
Right.
But how can you make something that's always in existence?
Right.
You know what I'm talking about that?
Yeah.
So she kind of touching back up on that. So yeah, you know, love, now remembering the ancient teachings of Egypt, well, you know, here's the answer to your question. You know, people in America learn about this person they call Jesus, and Jesus is love made manifest so men could comprehend. So we have to be love. We have to be the manifestation of that so other people could comprehend, and that's how we set the example. But let's go back to what we said on the show earlier. How can we be something we don't know? Nobody taught us. Mm-hmm. We have to have a model for it.
Right.
So, and we are morally, spiritually obligated to be the model of what somebody took the time to teach us and give us.
Right.
And no deposit, no return, like you hear me say. You ain't put in on this, man. You know, like Chris Tucker say. So, there it is. Yeah. So you have to be this. You have to be what you know. There's no separation between being and knowing. All right. So that's the end of our that's our time up on our caller. We got to keep it moving.
Yeah.
Any questions or comments from our guests in the studio about that?
I have a question,
All
not
right.
about that.
Okay.
Just going back to
All right.
what you talked about regarding like one individual in a couple sabotaging the other person what they're trying to do right.
Oh, yeah.
So, in an instance where that happens, is there any coming back from that? Like, is there any convincing the other individual?
Oh, yeah. Anybody can redeem themselves from any fallen stages in life. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you what's said in a lot of these holistic health documentaries, like on Netflix. People don't need much convincing no more. That's why they already defend. Oh, I don't want to hear. Don't tell me what's in it. Don't. They know already.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, all you gotta do is keep being who you are every day.
Okay.
You ain't got to say nothing. Your presence is powerful enough. Just you sitting here, and they gonna say something to you. And they gonna come to you because you are heightening your awareness. You are magnetism now. Everybody here going through this right now.
Absolutely.
You know,
Like they would compliment you and tear you
they
down at the
seeking
same
you
time.
out. You have the nerve to come ask you questions, even in a defiant way. So what happens when you do? You know, they nosy because they intrigued with your discipline. You see what?
How you
what
get your skin so glossy? All that other stuff. Trust and believe. Oh, that happened.
Yeah.
Now I want the sister to read something else out of Corinthians, right quick.
Go ahead.
All right. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. You want me to read the rest?
Yeah.
But But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Or a woman. Woman and manhood is a state of mind. It's a heightened awareness. It's a consciousness we must successfully grow and develop into. It's not based on how big your breasts are, how big your reproductive organs are or not. It's not based on the Western world revised codes that if you turn 18, you're a man or a woman. No, because let's keep it real. You want to get into that. Well, in the Eastern world, you enter adulthood at the age of 12. Here in the Western world, it's 18. So according to our ancient forefathers and the ways of the modern world, you an adult 2 times. One at 12, 18, you still lost. You still lost.
Right.
Why are we getting in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s and say, who am I? What am I here for? What's my purpose?
Right.
And this is created in our childhood.
Right.
You create your adulthood in your childhood. Instead of playing with irrelevant toys that it's not going to serve us no purpose later on in life, we need to be having accessories to help us develop who we are and cater towards our calling in life. Now, all these toys we have, more than half of them, we don't remember, and we throw them in the corner in a couple months.
Right.
Because it don't stimulate us as spiritual beings.
Now, some toys do set you up
Unless it's educational.
Right.
But then also like baby dolls, and they always cater that towards the female, of course.
True.
So they, that they gonna grow up to be mothers, so that's why they get them early.
But you know what? A woman can truly be a mother and never biologically have a baby.
Right.
Because it's a state of mind. Father and motherhood is it's a consciousness. Because look how many people biologically have children, and they are they are horrible.
Right.
Okay, so hey, that's just the biological part. Because remember, in every law dictionary used in every courtroom in all 48 states of the Union, it says that family established the biological part. A man get a woman pregnant. But then it says overall, family is the reciprocation of love between 2 or more people. That's what it say in the legal dictionary. So when I was a child, I thought as a child. I did things as a child. I reasoned as a child. But when I became a man or a woman, I put away childish things. But how can I put that away when I have not grown to the consciousness known as woman or manhood? I can't put away childish things. How many women complain, all this love I give this man, and he still act like a child. He doesn't see, he's in his 50s. He act like a little kid. He still is. We gotta get out of physical appearances.
Right.
We gotta get into the inner self. That's how you keep hearing me say, I don't care what you eat. Just get your mind right. What's your mind like?
Right.
I say this all the time. I would sit here. I ain't worried about a sister that eat an animal-based diet. We all know how I roll in these streets. All right.
Run it down Euclid.
How I eat, live. You know why I ain't worried about her?
That green.
Right, get that green.
You know I ain't
Green
worried
that
about her?
green life.
Because that's right. Go green. Because it ain't about when she get around me, she gonna want to do things different. It's about when she exposed to the truth.
Right.
See, this is love.
Right. Yeah.
That when love overtake you, you just like, oh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't go against it.
Right.
Because people adapt.
You can't. And they ain't about that. People be trying to resist from loving somebody. R. Kelly got a song called "You Made Me Love You." How he said you just walked in here and all of a sudden I just flipping and bumping into everything.
Right.
I actually had that happen to me. I was in Whole Foods in Columbus. I was on break from college, and I went in the store, and this sister was bumping into the carts and falling all over the place, trying to flirt with me. Yep. Yep. And she didn't care. She got up and shook it off and kept on talking. You know?
Let me fix my hair.
Right. The good thing she had no wig on. It would have fell off. All right. But anyway, all y'all sisters got to understand how a man, a person in the appearance, it's a difference between male and females and a woman and a man.
Okay.
Recognize that. There's a difference between male and females and a woman and a man. And a lot of us, especially brothers, think their manhood is based on how much material things they got or can give.
Right.
That's not manhood. One thing man means is intelligent thinking being. Man is a neuter noun for male and female. You have man and woman. Woman meaning the womb man. You a feminine man with a womb. I am a masculine man minus the womb. That's yin and yang. All right. So we gotta get rid of this. I'm 18 now. I'm grown. We should. Anytime you say you grown, that's past tense. You should say I'm growing.
Right.
See, a lot of people misunderstand the biblical scriptures say you can only enter the kingdom of heaven as a child. Y'all ever heard of that?
Yeah.
But a child has humility.
Right,
You see, and meaning as a child, when you say I'm a child of God, okay, are you an obedient child or are you a defiant child?
Right.
Right.
Because the obedient child gonna be what was read in Corinthians earlier about love and kindness and peace and never envy and never hating and always about what's right.
Right.
But you can't really love without having humility. Love is a virtuous lifestyle. And the moment you cannot, if we don't learn how to heal, we don't know what love is yet. You can't heal when love is absent. On a cellular level, love and fear cannot exist at the same time. You're going to have to give up one to embrace the other. All right, so remember this phrase. This is in my book. Love is God, and God is law and order. You can't have love without law and order. This is not a lawless universe. We're going to continue with this subject matter next week. Tune in to our show from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. next Thursday. Once again, I'm your host, Mikhail Nube.
Don Blade Jr.
Aletha Kern.
Jesse Jess.
Miss T.
That's right. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Pure and Supreme Vehicle Cuisine at 530 Euclid Avenue at 5th Street Arcade, Cleveland, Ohio, 44115. Organic, locally grown food, made fresh every morning, open from 11 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. The phone number to call in for your order is 216-527-4477. Also like to thank Ultimate Body Gym, the gym that provides customized training to meet your client's specific needs, and also have a very unique boot camp class known as Sweat Fest for large or small groups for adult and children. You can visit Ultimate Body at ultimatebodyfitness1.com.
Follow us on Twitter at Synergy of Life 07. Facebook page is facebook.com/Synergy of Life. You can also email us by going to Synergy of Life, synergyoflife7@gmail.com. You can find out more about Synergy of Life and other shows that feature on Who Has the Power Radio Network by going to www.whohasthepowershow.com. Anything else that you would like to say?
Yeah, I like to say, get your mind right. All right? Quit using words you don't know what they mean.
I like to say something too.
All right.
Are you ready? I want the listeners to really pay attention. What is love? Not your experiences and what you have been going through to let people, your experience on what love is. What is love?
Right. Well, many people experience what they experience because they don't know what it is. That's like I said, love keeps saving me. Because the moment I stop loving, it's over with.
Right.
Everybody going. It's going to be furniture moving up in here.
So part two.
Part two next week.
Yeah.
So good night.
The executive producer's looking at us. Executive
Happy
producer.
Hanukkah.
Don't cut my mic off. Do not cut my mic off.
Hey.
Do not cut my mic off.